Hello everyone and welcome back to our Alma training series. This video is the next in our fulfillment installments. If you remember, we just had one that was a brief introduction where we went over the terms. We talked a little bit about our setting of location, which is our teardrop. Just a reminder, we go here, we click on that, and then we can choose our location. Now for fulfillment, we're just going to pick JS Flipper Circulation. Now, larger libraries might have multiple circulation desks. We just have the one, but we want to make sure that we have it set to that. So what we're going to look at now is we're going to talk a little bit about our patron services. So we're at our home page. We go to fulfillment. Under checkout, check-in, we go to manage patron services. This is the page that we get. Patron identification. You can find a user at another institution, but for right now, we're going to be looking at our institution. So scan patron's ID or search for patron. So right now, we're just going to do a basic search. We'll search for me, and it'll pull up. Now, when we get all of our patron data, which will include all of our students, all of our faculty, and all of our staff in, it might be easier to use the ID. And the ID, especially for our students, will be their student ID number. So we found me. It says my name and it says what section or kind of what patron user I am. I'm staff. And then we'll just hit go. And obviously if it's faculty, it'll mark that they're faculty. And if they're students, it'll mark that they're students and grad students. So this is just my general information page. You see we have my name. It has, if I had a balance, it would go there. Again, the user group that I'm a member of, if there were any notes that were put in, they would go in here as well. So we're going to go down, and there's a couple of different tabs that we're going to look at. The first one that we're going to look at is loans. This is what we use when we are going to check out a book. So I don't have any books that have been checked out right this second, and if I did, they'll go in this loans of this section or session. So just like with our old system, if I wanted to check out a book, all you would do is put in the I-99 number and just hit OK. And if you go here, you see that the loans of this session now has that. We can also go to our loan display, click here and click all loans, and this will give my loan history. Now this is important because we can go through, and especially if someone has an overdue book, thing like that, someone has lost a book, we can mark that here, we can mark that they've claimed that they returned it, we can kind of go through and edit. All right, so the next tab that we'll look at is returns. And we can either do the returns here, or there's a tab up at the top that we can use. Hit that. And we have that book returned. So fairly simple. The next tab that we're going to look at is this request tab. Now, Alma, unlike our old system, allows for our patrons to request books. And you can see that I have put in a request. The nice thing is that we will know if people have put in requests because of there's going to be a task list. And so it'll let us know if we need to pick books up from the shelf. And you can see the title of the book, the type of request that was made, the request date, the process date, who managed it, placed in queue, owned by another institution, and we can edit this as well, kind of go through. If we have any notes that need to be made, they would be made in here. Now lastly, real quick, like I said, if we want to return books and not go to the specific patron information, we would just go to return items, and then we would put in our barcode and hit OK. Thank you for joining me for this portion of our training series, and we'll see you for the next one.